IVM.
Hi,
You're
listening to IVM.
daily.
Just a small disclaimer, guys. You might hear some construction work noise in the background of this episode, but we've tried our best to make sure that we've minimized those sounds. So enjoy the show.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of No Sex in the City. And I'm Surabhi, and today in the studio I have with me my favorite people. Because there are only two people here, guys. But yeah, Abbas and Janam. Say hi.
Hi. You say
Thank
this
you.
to anyone who comes in the
Everybody,
studio?
yeah.
They're all
Knew
special.
it.
They're all, you guys are all special.
All your
to me.
favorite.
Yes, and today we're discussing the famous 3-date rule.
Are we doing a No Sex in the City episode?
This is a No Sex in the
Oh,
City.
okay.
I didn't mention it. Yeah. Okay, Abbas. Okay. But yeah, I mean, guys, the year is 2018.
Yeah.
Where do we stand on the 3-date rule? I mean, is it dated? Is it a dated dating rule?
Wait, what is the 3-date rule?
Okay, so basically the 3-date rule states that a woman should be waiting it out to have sex until the 3rd date. That is the 3-date rule. But where do you stand on it? What's your general opinion? Do you do it? Have you seen people still following this rule?
Sure. So does a man get to get a say in it as well? Okay.
Somewhat. As in, they have some control over it. Not entirely. The final decision
Yeah.
is obviously up to us, I
Yeah.
would say.
What's your specific question?
Okay,
to me?
so have you met people who've basically not been...
Okay, so before we begin, I actually, the 3-date rule, is it the same as the 3 bases?
I mean,
Not
no.
necessarily.
Obviously 3 bases, I feel like a super kindergarten. Like you would follow this when you're in school, like, oh wow, first base is kissing, and then second base is whatever, third base is what.
So
But then-
I used to think I had a teachable moment today from Urban Dictionary. I used to think first base is holding hands, second base is kissing, and third base is having sex.
Ew,
But
what about the stuff in between? Also, aren't you familiar with... I thought you watched porn. You would be knowing...
Porn, there is no base. There's directly the touchdown.
Home run.
And pawn bases are completely different. That's a different episode. But I learned today that third base doesn't necessarily mean, your pants can still stay on and you can do other stuff. No,
Yeah.
actually, it's okay. I'll read it out from the Urban Dictionary what I came to know. So the Urban Dictionary describes third base. Third base is getting either a hand fingering or oral sex.
Okay, I guess I think we need to beep out all of this.
Can also
Suddenly
be
become
used-
No, please don't be gross on this
Yeah,
episode.
hey, it's Urban Dictionary. Can also
You guys
be
can
used.
figure out what those words were.
Can also be used as foreplay before sex or sexual activity. So, yeah, there's a fourth base, which is actually what I used to think a third base
Is
was.
fourth base asking how your day was? Because
Fourth base is
I'm not
penetration.
Yeah, I mean, simply put.
My
But
God.
the 3-date rule, it has happened with me. Yeah.
okay,
And
okay.
I know
Listen,
women who
again, I'm
follow
asking,
this.
I'm not asking.
Okay, so what do I say?
Generally, okay, guys, so episode is not about who's had sex. Okay, listen to me. I'm
Sure.
just asking your general opinion of this whole rule. Where do you stand on it? Do you think it's still relevant? Do you think, I mean, because I've met my friends who don't wait out till the 3rd date. I've met, and it's generally okay. Like if it's your choice, people go on till people go full board on the first date itself. So again, I just want to know your general opinion of it. Where do you stand? Abbas, we know you've had
No,
sex.
in my opinion, it's like to each their own. I mean, I don't have a...
What was your last experience like? Your latest experience? Was this person all about the 3-date rule? Or even if you didn't overtly express that, hey, I have a 3-date rule, did things pan out in a way that you only ended up having sex on the 3rd date?
The second option. I mean, yeah. I mean, there was some chemistry from the first date itself, but it wasn't until the 3rd or 4th that things got like
Fourth
Okay.
base.
heavy.
Yeah, I mean, that's what... hot and heavy. But again, that's what... Janam, again, like a lot of times you don't have to overtly say, oh, when you meet a guy for the first date, hey, also, I believe in the 3rd date rule. Nobody says this
Yeah.
outright, but you kind of have this in the back of your head. Ki, oh, I've just met him. Also,
Yeah. Also, like, I mean, the guy can tell from your body language and stuff,
Yeah.
how comfortable you are with him in the first date. So when you're a little, you're opening up, but you're still a little reserved, they will wait it out. They will get the hint that, she is interested, but let me take it slow and see where this goes.
Not all guys get that though.
Oh my God, Abbas, is this
I'm
about
just
you again?
It's not about me. So I know other men too, Subi. So
We
yeah.
need names. Drop some names. Drop some names.
You don't know them. They're
It's
just-
okay, we can give them a shout out.
Shout out to-
But all I'm saying is that not all. I mean, I'm not using this phrase in the sense that it's used, but not all men get that.
Is it Gaurav?
Gaurav, always getting a name drop on no sex in the city.
But do you think, is there a general vibe around men, since you're the only guy here?
Yeah.
Is there a vibe that if a woman is ready to have sex with you in the first date, is she easy? Is that the vibe?
That is what the general perception has been. As in, that's how you stereotype the women. That if she has sex with you, she's easy. But with time, that is changing. Like I said, to each their own. So if a woman wants to have sex on the first date, that's fine. If she wants to have it on the 6th or 7th date, that's fine as well. But yeah, in the regressive sort
Male
of
industry,
male chauvinist mind, if a woman has sex on the first date, it's like, oh, she was really easy. And the idea being that, hey, when men talk to other men, like if you went out with her, she would totally sleep with you too, just because she slept with me.
Oh man.
Which should change.
I actually have the girl's perspective on what he said. Like, he said that if a woman sleeps on the first date, she's easy. But maybe the woman wants to be easy on the first date, because, I mean, personally speaking, if I do sleep with someone on the first date, it is maybe because I'm not really into the person.
Oh my God, yes.
I would, if I find the person interesting and I would want to take it further, I would wait it out for a few
Yeah,
more
that's
days.
another thing that I recently
this
learned.
is why you
'cause-
can't figure this out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like there was a tweet by a lady, a girl, where she was like, I'm so not into you that I'll sleep with you on the first date. Like, okay, that's a thing.
That's very true.
So, yeah.
Another friend of mine told me that she met a guy who she wasn't into, like, for whatever reasons, but like they went for and like she wasn't into him so much. So she's like, you know what, I'll sleep with you because you're so bad. I'll sleep with you right now.
Yeah. And it's like you want to get done with it and not meet that person again.
Yeah,
so
that's
like,
true.
it's just like,
it's like an end of story. Like, I'll never see you again.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but the implication in the male brain, and I'm using it in a regressive sense, is that if she slept with me on the first date, she'll sleep with you, in giving the impression that she's so slutty, she'll sleep with anyone, which is not true, right? If one girl sleeps with you on the first date, it's not necessary that she'll sleep on the first date with another guy as well. Am I making sense? Okay.
Yeah, a little bit. Your male brain is making sense.
I have a question. So, we live in this, we've talked about sexting and stuff in previous episodes, right? So let's say you've met someone matched with someone through a dating app. And if you sexted with them before you ever met them for the first time.
Okay.
So when you meet them for the first time, is it different? Does that still count as the first date? Or has the first date rule somehow been corrupted?
Oh, that is a good question. I just never have been in this position where I started sexting.
Yeah, I mean, because maybe you send them pictures, maybe you've, sort of said naughty things to them.
Yeah.
So you sort of know what is the line that they will or will not cross. So
I think it's a very grey area. Like, it kind of doesn't count as the first date because you've already established, even if it's virtual, you've kind of established that chemistry, and if you all have had the naughty conversations, there is some tension that's built up already.
Right.
So when you meet, you're just elevating that tension to another level and you're taking it further. So I would say you've kind of already had your first
right.
date.
So it's kind of outdated in today's times. The 3-date
Kind
rule.
of.
Wow, I had no idea about. Yeah. Wow.
Interesting.
Now that I think about it, it's happened more than once, I think.
I don't know. Okay, guys, this is awkward silence in the studio. We're all looking at each other's faces a lot. So let's take a break and be right back.
You know what it's been? It's been another awesome week on IVM. If you aren't following us on social media, make sure you are. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. On Cider Says this week, we have comedian Adar Malik. Adar also hosts a show called Sunlogy. You should check that out as well. But on Cyrus, he talks about everything from theatre, family heritage, and sings a comedy song. On IVM Live, Sharanya and May are back to join the gang to talk about their favorite subject, rom-coms. On the Pragati podcast, Pawan and Hamsini discuss how and why the fall in the Indian rupee is connected with developments in Turkey, with co-founder and fellow at the Takshashila Institution, Narayan Ramchandran. Last week, we released the final episode of the Kolaba Cartel, where we spoke to other members from the Misty team along with the 5 cartel members about how things have turned out after the launch of the restaurant. On Paisa Vaisa, Anupam talks to Deepak Shenoy on the business of life in a 1-hour episode. Whatever may be your profession, you definitely don't want to miss this episode. On the Kinetic Living podcast, Coach Urmi talks to Kanish Surka. Kanish shares her thoughts about her fitness motivation and more. And with that, let's continue on with your show.
Alright guys, welcome back to No Sex in the City. This is me, Surbi, and in the studio we have with us Janam and Abbas.
Hi
And we're
again.
talking. Sorry, you're super aggressive. Welcome back. But guys, we're talking about something really important, the third date rule. And I have a question, guys. I mean, I know the answer to it, but I kind of just want to know your general opinion about
Sure.
this. Okay, if the third date rule states that a woman needs to wait it out till the third date to have sex, what are you doing on the first 2 dates?
So what do you mean dating is only for sex?
Yeah.
No, it isn't.
Wow.
You
This is
talk to the
2018.
person, you get to know them, you
Yeah, I
go to
mean,
nice places to eat and
Sure,
drink.
all that,
and
but like in physical sense, what do you do? Yep.
you gradually build up to the big event, right? You, I mean, I don't know. It just sound creepy if I say this as a guy, but
Okay, back to Janam. Janam,
Yeah.
what do you do?
I think it starts off with, finding reasons to just make some physical contact. It could be like just brushing against
Yeah.
their arm or like just, passing something onto them
Yeah.
and like
Oh,
you
making
pass the
physical
cola,
contact.
then
Yeah.
their hands touch yours.
So it
Yeah.
starts there. And at
then-
least that's where I
yeah.
start dropping signals. And
Are you
yeah.
sharing the same spoons on the first date? Is that a
what? Ew.
Would you eat with from the same spoon?
I honestly don't mind because I do it with people who
Yeah.
I don't date also. I mean,
Also, but when you do it with someone on a date, you know what it means, right? Lip to lip.
Okay.
I mean,
No, but
I wouldn't
okay.
mind that. The fact that I've agreed to go on a date with this person, I wouldn't mind sharing cutlery. It's all right.
That's true. First date is all about sharing cutlery, in my opinion.
But so the trick is you go for a walk after the date, and then on the date you ask if you can hold their hand.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Not
That's a nice
always.
one. But is
Where
this
do you
a-
walk in the city, man?
Marine
Where-
Drive.
But okay, not everyone stays in town. Like a rich friend about
Oh wow.
here.
Okay. Worli Sea Face. That's still town.
No,
Oh my god. Get out of
we're
South
talking about
Bombay.
Andheri East here. Tell me your place to walk.
I
in
Or
don't know,
Ghatkopar. Or like Goregaon.
Skywalks. I guess I don't know.
Sure. That's a good place to go on the first date.
No, after the first date, the walk
the
after
first
the
date.
first date. So you hold their hands. And,
Okay, how do you? Okay, so this is according to you as a first date situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say like not as far as I recall, I haven't had the chance to go on long walks after the date. So what I usually do is give her like a nice warm hug, or like
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
I mean,
when
when
you're leaving,
when you're
just
leaving,
like
yeah.
a lingering hug.
Oh no, that's something I'm not. Okay, I think I'm a side hug person on the first date because I still feel like I'm super. This is a strange person I met just 2 hours ago. We had a good chat, sure, but am I supposed to lean in and like do like a full on hug?
I think you're right. It depends. Like even I've had those side hug moments as well. It depends how well the first date has gone. I
Yeah.
feel.
Yeah.
If y'all have really connected and had like a great time, then I think like a frontal hug works.
Yeah.
But if it's just like, oh yeah, I mean it was fun. I don't know if I'll see you again or not. Maybe not.
Yeah. What do you?
What
want
about
to
a peck on the cheek? No.
Oh no,
That's too far.
That's too fast.
Even if it's gone too well.
Wow.
Yeah,
Next
that's-
you'll say
Okay.
the guy will just be like, "Can I kiss your toes?" That is clearly third date business. If you are into feet, toes, yeah. Some men are into feet, guys. That's just an
Do
PSA.
these your dates have foot fetish? Surabhi?
Okay, moving on. But so you were saying no. Okay, so a peck on the cheek is totally out of the question.
Okay.
Not on the first date. Please stay in your limits.
Sure.
Okay, maybe a kiss on the forehead. Is that?
Oh, that's
That's
too
that's
personal.
other relation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
I
a
will do it.
relationship.
I
Oh
will,
my God.
No, I will do it when I'm rejecting someone. Like, You're a nice kid. Have a good life.
After sex, just kiss them on the forehead. It's like, this was fun. Not seeing you again.
My Uber's down by.
Yeah, also another question. So if your first date goes well, how do you end? What's your last, what are your last few sentences to each other? Do you say, hey, nice meeting you, we should hang out more? Like, what's a good way of telling this person, hey, I would like another date?
This was fun. Let's meet up soon.
Exactly.
Let's catch up soon. I
good.
had a great time.
But again, this could, we've mentioned in previous episodes, Abbas has used this line on several people, but he didn't end up meeting those people. When he says,
Wow.
hey,
Okay, thanks for resurrecting my old graveyard memories.
I'm saying boys are weird. So what's a good line?
So the thing is, you drop the hint of seeing the person in the future somewhere in the date, the first date, okay? Like, whatever you're talking about, so... have you seen this play or have you seen this show or whatever?
We should go
watch it. I'm like, why? We should totally watch it, you know? So then there's a prospect of
if you say
joining
you should totally go watch that play alone or by yourself, that means I'm not meeting you.
Or have you been at this place? You know what? We should totally check it out. So then when you're parting ways, you're like, yeah, and remember that thing? We should totally do that. So
that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's something I've done. Again, the last sentence has always been, this was fun, let's do something like this again. But again, when you go back after your first date and text each other and you have references from the date, it kind of feels like you were listening and you want to have a second date. So again, it's not like immediately after the first date I'm making another plan,
right.
But I'm kind of still I am in touch with you. We're getting it on.
It's so important for you to play cool, isn't it?
Dude, it's really important. It's really important.
There's pressure involved.
It's really important. And there's been times when I was I texted first and I was like, damn it, why the hell would you do this?
Stupid Surbi, why would you do that?
Yeah. Okay, so this is the general vibe in this room is that we all know about the third date rule and we kind of waited out till the third date or fourth date maximum and we basically...
or probably maybe a fifth one, but...
Yeah, sure. There is no problem with it, but I'm just talking about the extreme cases. I mean, I've personally been this kind of person where I have waited out for months.
Okay.
I waited out till for a period of 3 months before I did it with this guy I was dating. Again, because
how often were you meeting this guy in 3 months?
Not very often, and we would not we would max do hand holding.
Oh,
I'm not kidding.
Thank
Yes,
God.
we would max do hand holding, and I wasn't meeting this guy too much. I was meeting him twice a week.
That's a lot.
What are you saying?
Twice a week is a lot.
See, even if you do hold out for a long time, I think that's
also,
different mindsets, different backgrounds, different opinions.
Yes, because I was just out of college. It was kind of my first thing ever, and my general opinion. And I'm this is not my friends' opinion, but the people around me, everyone, the media and everyone, what they try to tell you is that, hey, if you kind of wait it out, you'll know if it's true love and if it really means something. When you finally, you do it with the person you love, kind of the whole jam. Make him say, I love you first. And then,
yeah, sure.
Where do you guys, wow, you guys are really making fun of me right now. I can sense this.
As in, like you said, you did this, it was one of the first dating experiences of your life. So I think this happens initially. Once you get into the whole dating game and you're just a serial dater telling people one after another, I don't think it matters anymore because I think everyone's just a bunch of horny people looking to hook up with one another.
That is so true because I feel now I've become super chill about this. Abhi to, I mean...
Yeah, that's because you've grown out of that whole rosy picture of true love and it's
true.
only all that shit that Bollywood
now I'm
feeds in
I
your
want
brain.
it. So it doesn't matter what date it is.
If you're holding out for months to manipulate the other person in the sense that if I won't give this person sex so that they do what I say, isn't that a thing that women do?
It's not
No?
manipulating. I'm also, okay, maybe it is in a way, but it's kind of, the guy also kind of knows it, doesn't he? I mean, if he's still hanging out and in 3 months into this whole relationship thing, he kind of knows that I'm not ready for it. And he's also giving me space.
Yeah, that's also...
And I did make him say I love you before. Again, it just felt better. It just felt more secure.
Sure.
Yeah. But now I'm a hoe, guys.
Confessions.
I'll become a hoe. Alright, guys. Final question. Since we've all kind of established that third date is when you have it. You only do
I
it.
know. I mean, when did we establish that?
I
I've
don't
been
want to put a
saying,
number
yeah.
to the date. I feel like whenever it's comfortable whenever it's mutually comfortable for both parties.
You guys know. That's where I think you were wrong. Wherever you are on the third date, even if it's you're at an open public library, even if you're at a public space, you
Of
have
course.
to do it right there
Yeah.
and then. Because excuse me, it's the third date. The time is right. So what? I'm in a public park here. We've got to do it.
We're animals.
We're animals. We've got to go at it. So that's what do you think about the
So what is your question?
This was the answer. I just believe that, I mean, again, like maybe when you're just starting dating, you should not expect too much because I'm not like a pro at this. Sure, I've read a bunch of
You're
articles.
saying a lot of things. Or like, what are you getting at?
I'm just saying I'm not a pro at this whole third date rule
Yeah.
situation. It just happened because we felt comfortable
Yeah.
and I was comfortable. So it should not be like a rule thing, like, oh, you put a stamp on it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, like, even if it is it shouldn't be a hard set rule. Like you said, if it's a third date, I will do it on a third date.
Even if you're
You
in
know,
a library.
I
Yeah,
mean, I
doesn't-
feel like if you're comfortable in the first date or the second date or the seventh date, whenever. It's
6 months after the third date.
That's too much.
This is where Abbas draws the line. It's like, guys,
Half a year, please. Get a grip.
what's the maximum you'll hold it out?
In number of dates?
Not dates,
See,
months.
that's
Say
again. I don't want to
months.
put
Don't
I don't want to put a
dates.
number on it because then
Just
that
say
just means
months. I mean, so Abbas, a final
Yeah.
question for you, since you're the
Yeah.
only guy in the room. But if the
Yeah.
girl has been manipulating you, supposedly manipulating you into like not like basically holding out sex,
Yeah.
how many months can you wait it out to do the penetration? Yeah. Thank you, Jana. Thank you for.
your framing of the question is very risky.
That's why I like to put you. Abbas,
If she's manipulating you, withholding sex, how long will you go? Huh?
half a month?
No, see, if I like someone and they are not comfortable to do it, 4 months.
listen.
Yeah.
4.5 months. She'll give it to you then.
What is this negotiation, guys?
I can do 4.5. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, this podcast it's gone.
Yeah, please don't listen to this with your kids,
Like-
guys. We're gonna ruin their future, so please.
Also, don't listen to it at work.
If you have
No,
kids,
if you have earphones.
No, sure. If you have kids, don't listen to this podcast, guys. If you're
Why
married,
not?
you're fine. Don't.
De do.
They're fine. They're fine,
Not
guys.
really.
But if you have kids, how many dates did it take you to produce that kid? Please send in.
Yeah, I was just thinking about in arranged marriages. What basis, right? It's like your marriage night is all basis.
Fourth base, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Of course.
Oh wow, that's so weird because you're putting your mouth in a stranger's mouth the first time you see them, and
That is
also
so weird.
sherwani. That's not a turn on.
Probably not the first time, but like पहली बार शादी के या रिश्ते के लिए मिले, फिर दूसरे meeting में set हो गया, and then third night is just the marriage night.
That's scary.
It
It
is.
is very scary. Arranged marriage. The
Oh
new,
God, now
it's
that I
a
think about it.
new horror movie. Arranged marriage. Coming
Man, what if you're not
soon.
physically compatible with this person?
That's
How
what
do
I
you
mean.
test it out?
The time has gone. You're now married to the person.
There is no way out. You should have waited it out. Should.
On that bleak note.
Don't get married. Definitely don't get arranged married.
Yep, that's it. That's it for today's episode of No Sex in the City. Thanks for listening, guys. Also, you can send in your questions if you have any at IVM Podcast on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Also, guys, if you have topics that you think we should be talking about, do let us know, and we'll try our best to do episodes about those topics.
Because we would love to talk about everything except sex.
Yeah, because it's no sex in the city. But yeah, you can also reach out to us personally on social media. You can follow me on Twitter at Abbas Momin. You can follow me on Instagram at Abbas Momin88. Janam.
No Facebook page plug, Abbas.
I also have a Facebook page, guys. It's got 107 likes. So please make it go up. It's simply called Abbas Momin. Janam, where can one follow you?
You can follow me on Twitter. I'm at Janam Devan.
No Facebook page?
No,
Not
I'm not
yet.
famous.
And there's someone amongst us who has a Facebook page and a Twitter page and an Instagram page. Surbi,
Guys.
please plug all of them.
Just follow me on Twitter at smalltalkpolice. Also, guys, a quick note, we will be going on a short break. So our next episode will be out on Monday now. So this is a great time to catch up on our previous episodes. We have 145 of them. Please check out No Sex in the City. Check out IVM Likes. Two really fun podcasts by IVM staffers. You will enjoy it. Bye. See you Monday.
Look! Up in the internet! It's a meme! No! It's a cat video! No! It's the Geek Fruit Podcast!
That's right, we interrupt this riveting broadcast to tell you about our show, the Geek Fruit Podcast, where Tejas, Dinkar and I, Jishnu, talk about everything in pop culture, including DC, Marvel, Star Wars, Netflix, and everything in between.
You know how your friends hate it when you ramble about some nerdy crap and you just want somebody to listen to you? Well, sorry, there's nothing we can do about that, but come listen to us ramble and it'll almost be like the real thing. Kind of.
Listen to new episodes of the Geek Fruit Podcast every Monday and the Geek Fruit Bulletin every Thursday on iTunes, Google Podcasts, the IVM app, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Happy listening, you nerds.
Did you know that Parsis in Mumbai, instead of being left at the Tower of Silence after they die, are now cremated? And why? Because a cow fell sick in the early 1990s. Did you know that the smog in Delhi is caused by something that farmers in Punjab do and that there's no way to stop them? Did you know that there wasn't one gas tragedy in Bhopal, but 3? One of them was seen, but 2 were unseen. Did you know that many well-intentioned government policies hurt the people they're supposed to help? Why was demonetization a bad idea? How should GST have been implemented? Why are all our politicians so corrupt when not all of them are bad people? I'm Amit Verma, and in my weekly podcast, The Seen and the Unseen, I take a shot at answering all these questions and many more. I aim to go beyond the seen and show you the unseen effects of public policy and private action. I speak to experts on economics, political philosophy, cognitive neuroscience, and constitutional law so that the insights can blow not only my mind, but also yours. The Seen and the Unseen releases every Monday. So do check out the archives and follow the show at seenunseen.in. You can also subscribe to The Seen and the Unseen on whatever podcast app you happen to prefer.